Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome everybody to our third scenario of Grant Takes Command 2 from the upcoming On to Richmond 2 release. Perhaps when you're seeing this, maybe a year down the road, it's already out and in your hot little hands, but we hope you are enjoying it thus far. We've had a pretty stout first couple of sessions. Well, more than just a couple of sessions, a couple of scenarios that have gone multiple sessions. And today we're gonna pump the brakes a little bit, and we're down to just a very, very small postage stamp really size real estate and a one-turn scenario. This is scenario 3, the race for Spotsylvania. We have completed our time in the wilderness, and now Roger and I are going to shift gears. Boy, that's two car metaphors in just so many minutes. To move on towards the very important Spotsylvania. This is the breakout period where the Union is going to start racing towards Richmond, and the overland campaign is really going to hit, let's go for three, high gear. Okay, that's enough of that. Roger, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I'm doing basically okay. I'm going to keep my talking to a minimum today because got my bronchitis has come back, and I'm sure people don't want to hear me hacking into their, and neither do you, I'm sure. So I'm doing okay. This will be interesting. Checked out a little this morning. It's going to be a difficult row for me to hoe, I think. But we'll see.
Well, that is what's interesting about it. It's small enough that when I was thinking about this, we oftentimes come back to what are these scenarios good for? War, good God, y'all, what is it good for? This one, this particular scenario, because it's a one turn, would be great for introducing your friend to the system because very limited player choices. It's move, 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 move as fast as you can. This is also a great one, perhaps if you're seeding for a small local tournament and you just want to see how each person does to grab points. So both good reasons for this. It is not a lot to it. I suspect Roger and I will be able to play this back to back very quickly today because, as I said, one turn and most of the units have already got one fatigue on them, so they're not going to be doing very much. Let me give you the historical notes. After the Battle of the Wilderness, Union morale was boosted by Grant's decision to press on south. Grant's night march on May the 7th to the 8th was designed to steal a march on Lee and get between the Army of Northern Virginia and Richmond. However, Lee anticipated the Union move, setting up the race to establish control of Spotsylvania Courthouse between Anderson's Confederate First Corps and the Union corps of Warren and Sedgwick. This is the May the 8th day, so it's the after the night march essentially. This is real meat and potatoes stuff here. The special rules are simple. There are no random events. We are going to have the normal opening initiative, and then the very next initiative is the opposite player. So each person gets one initiative before things go perhaps into streaks. The movement restrictions have already been placed here on the map. Alberto put these into the module, so all of these hexes are impassable to divide the units to prevent any kind of sneaky flank marches and no retreating through those. So those do not exist on the map at all. And of course, at the beginning, the Confederate player has all of these locations which are marked not only in their color of red, but also with the point values. We see the big point value here is 12 points for Spotsylvania Courthouse. Laurel Hill is second, and then everything else, the other seven, are all worth 2 victory points each. The Union marginal victory threshold on this one is 15 points. So, depending on your movement die rolls and how, as Peter liked to say, froggy you want to be as the Union player who's trying to earn the points here, then that determines where the dust up is going to occur. Does the Union get there and hold and then fight off a counterattack from Anderson? Or perhaps Ewell coming in very far from a field? Or do they have the slows and then they have to fight their way into these multiple spots? Do they go for one big one or do they take a whole bunch of smaller ones? And only the infantry units, remember, can capture these spaces. The cavalry units cannot get control of locations unless otherwise specified. In this case, they are not specified, so only the infantry units, which really means you've got 6 possible places that you can capture because you can't do substitutes here in this. At the threat of beating up your voice some more, do you have any thoughts on this now that you've looked it over, Roger?
It's pretty straightforward, like you said. I mean, it's a race. I'm playing the Confederates today, so obviously I want to get there first and dig in as what happened historically. There's a lot of interesting history here for people. I think it's Bruce Canton's third book in his Army of Potomac trilogy is definitely worth a read because he opens with this campaign, and there's just a lot of weird things that happened to the Union and the Confederates historically. Two Union cavalry regiments get into a fist fight on the road. Anderson keeps marching because he ends up where he's supposed to go. Is there's a huge forest fire, so he keeps marching, which is critical. So there's just a lot of weird things that go on that caused the Battle of Spotsylvania historically. Do a little research and really get some interesting things there. This is fascinating history. It could have happened. It didn't.
This is my favorite part of the Overland, what I call the breakout, where it's just move, counter move, move, matching move, and it's just the Union is attempting throughout their whole southward march to get just around that Confederate right, and Lee is always managing to turn and face and use something like the Po or the Mattapony or the Anna, north and south, all the way out to Hanover. And of course, we're going to see Cold Harbor later on. But this is the part where it's open field marching, literally racing, trying to get far south and get a foothold around the enemy. And it's textbook stuff. It's just turning to face your enemy the whole time and preventing them from getting around your flank. I love it. Well, we have nothing else to say about this one. Clearly, as the Union to start, I'm casting so much of my fortune to the dice, and those of you who are fans of the channel know that's going to go perfectly. Knowing that, I'm going to have to make some decisions to see if I can mitigate what is normally mushy luck. So that's really all I can do here, and I could play this 5 times, and it would come out 16 different ways. I love it. Then we have Union leader transfers. I am not gonna transfer any leaders. Would you like to move anybody?
Oh, I guess not. I mean, we got Anderson, Ewell.
You've got four. You got 4 divisions. Yeah.
Stuart and F. Lee, and that's it.
Yep.
I guess Anderson took Longstreet's place. He was wounded, so
That's right.
yeah, I don't see any point in changing anybody.
Okay. My favorite part of this recording today is I've got us locked in one position, and I do not need to move the map at all. It's all right here. It's postage stamp. So why don't you take the roll for the first initiative, and I will wish you good luck as always, sir.
Yep, good luck to you as well. So here's first initiative: Union left, Confederate right. And it's Union. No.
Yes. All right. So thinking out loud here, which I love to do, especially for newer players, so you can see my madness. 2 choices here. Do I try to flush out Stuart immediately, since Warren is closest to the objective locations, or how do I do that? Do I try to march everybody at once? Do I go for an assault? What do I do here? It would seem the prudent thing to do here, at the very least, is, so I'm not wasting fatigues, is perhaps activate just Griffin. Yes, we will activate just Griffin to fatigue level 2, and I will do a march. And here is my roll, +1. That is a fantastic march. I don't know who I am today, but there was a pod next to the bed this morning.
Okay.
Now, you have a choice, of course. Stuart, Lomax, Wickham, F. Lee, what would they like to do?
So I have Abattis, so I'm going to be at 4.5 manpower.
That's right. And
with 1.5 guns.
Yes.
And you're at 14. Stuart's 3. Tactical. 14. I think you recorded, I think it was cavalry session at the virtual games.
Yes. That was Dave Cross and Justin Rice a couple of years ago.
I seem to remember their rule of thumb is cavalry should stand if the ratio is 3-to-1 or less. So we're going to stand with the ratio of 3-to-1 or less.
I had a feeling that you would have your oats this morning, sir. Yes, I will. I think necessity means that I have to attack here. So I'm going to get a fresh sheet of scratch paper. And we're going to see what we get here. So we will make an attack. It will be +1 for prepared. So I've got 3 to 1, so +2 on the ratio. And you have 1.5 pieces of artillery in rough, so you get to roll the die and see what happens.
Yeah, this was kind of the gamble. Evens used. And it's not used. Okay.
It's not unlumbered. All right, so I just see +3. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, here is a +3 attack. It's a 7. And,
+4.
all right, +4.
Let's see. So this is, I don't use the entrenchment value, so I'm only at 3.
That's right.
So +4 is a DR for me.
So no manpower loss. I didn't figure I was going to get one with that, but that's okay. It gets you out of there, and I have movement left over, which is nice.
Guys are done for the day. And it was a capital R, so I've got to go 4 to 6 hexes away. Further away by road. Oops, guys, everybody retreats. Further away by road. Further away by road. Further away by road. I have 2 options now. And I'll go further away by road, and I could go 1 more hex, so I'll go down to Quisenberry and stop there.
You can actually go 1 more hex if you like.
I'll stay at that location.
Nope.
I don't think, in case you make a play for it, in which case I'm in big trouble anyway. But
Right. Okay, so I'm going to take the advance. Oh, let me make sure that I didn't have any effects on that. I had a +4, and I have 14. So, oh, I do lose 1. Look at that. Glad I checked. So it's a little f and a little a. So I suffer on that one. Suffer the mighty. All right. So they take 1 fatigue and 1 manpower loss. Boom. And 1 extra fatigue. And that's okay, because here's what I'm going to do. We're going to take the advance, and then they still have 3 movement left, because we used 4 on that of that 7. So I'm going to use the other 3 to go 1, 2, and 3. And I'm going to take control of these that I pass through. All right, that is the first initiative. Now it is your opportunity for your free initiative.
just like that, you're winning the game. Well, I guess I better take Anderson and better get down there. So I'm activate both of his divisions. So they go to fatigue 2. Here's their movement. +2 is 5. Oh boy. Force march or not. I don't think I'm going to force march either one of them. Boy, so much is going to depend on who gets the next initiative. Okay, I'm not going to. So Anderson's going to stay with Kershaw. 1, 4, 5. 1, 5. Initiative. It's mine.
Oh, look at you.
Okay. Now.
And I did not point out earlier, but this is the standard manpower loss of -2 for the Union, but +3 for inflicting Confederate per manpower loss.
I think I need to take Anderson. Got to take Kershaw on field fatigue 3. Here's their movement. +2. So I have 6. Well, I don't think I have time to waste. Anderson's going to stay with Kershaw. They're going to go 1 hex to there. And I think they have to make a prepared attack on Griffin.
I hope I have my own mule shoe salient already set up.
I can't take the time to set up a flank attack. So this is going to be a prepared attack. So I used 1. I used 4 for my prepared. I have 1 movement point remaining. So this is going to be a type of +1, a tactical of +1.
+2. You got 4.
Oh, you're only.
Yeah. Griffin's not the most tactically sound guy.
Oh, okay. So you didn't take Warren.
No.
Oh, you had, because Warren was another hex.
Right,
Okay.
right.
So it's +2, and the ratio is -1.
Yep.
And there's no flanking. Artillery is 4 to 2, so it's +2, and that's no effect. And so it's going to be a final attack of a +2.
That is what I see.
So here's a +2. Oh, important. Extended march.
Ah, yes, extended march, of course.
For so many comments in the video. Why didn't you do an extended march?
That's right. We caught it. Counts. He's fine.
Oh, okay. So final +2. Here's my attack roll. It's a 3.
Anderson's like, I didn't even want this job. Here's defense, and it's a 3.
Even?
Yep.
So let's see. So on an 8, on attacking, that's a 1D for me.
And 13 is a D for me.
Increase fatigue. He's done. He loses a manpower.
So I flip.
And he flips.
You say you got 1 manpower loss. Okay.
Okay. Now field. I guess the better play for now is to move field 1, 2, 3 to there and take away Laurel Hill. Let's see. Do I want to put flanks refused? Oh, I got to roll extended march on him.
Yep.
He's okay. I'm trying to decide whether I should put flanks refused or not. Don't think I will. I don't think it's going to be an advantage because I don't think you could take the time to get that covered. So I'm not going to put flanks refused. Initiative. Mine. Well, better get you all moving.
Boo!
Here's his movement. Wow. Definitely going to force march them. Rhodes is going to flip. But I figure better force march them now. And here's his roll. He'll lose 1 manpower. So he'll get to go an extra 4 hexes.
Right.
So he does lose a manpower for that. So he's going to get to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And E. Johnson's also going to force march. Here's his force march. He doesn't lose manpower, and he can go an additional 2 hexes, so they can go 6 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Initiative. Yours.
All right. Warren will activate all 3. This is the risk you take as the Union here. Here's their movement +1. That's a wow. Okay, today's the day. We'll have Warren transfer to Cutler. We'll have Robinson go overland to here. And he'll put up a flanks refused. So that's 5, 6 to there. That's it. And then we'll have Warren and Cutler go 1, 2, and Crawford 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. All right. Initiative. Yours.
16 there. So field will go to fatigue 4. And he will entrench. No extended march needed for the digging in. Initiative. Mine again. Well, you'll take E. Johnson and Rhodes to fatigue 2. Here's their movement. There we go. You'll stay with Rhodes. I'll go first. 1, 2, 3, 4. They have to stop. Do I want to attack on the march? That would be a normal attack. Yeah, let's do it. It's a short scenario. So this is going to be Ewell will attack Robinson. He moved. He has enough left for a normal attack. So the type is going to be a +0. Tactical is a +2. Okay, let's do the flank. I have
this. The impassable does count as a covered hex.
Oh, right. It's impossible.
2,
Okay.
3, 4,
impossible. Impassable.
5. So you've got 5. So that'd be a +2, and then you cut that in half to a +1. Because this comes off as well. So yeah, there'd be no flank at all. Because you got a friendly, and so your +1 would become +0. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
It's a +0 attack, which I think, it's a short game. We'll do a +0 attack. Why not?
It always seems to work out for you, sir. I'm afraid of this.
So here we go. Here's my attack roll. Here's my 6, though, just ahead of it. 3. Dang it.
And here's my defense. There's a
Yeah.
-3.
That probably, in terms of the game, probably does it. Let's see. -3 is nothing on you. And I was a 7?
You are a 7, yep.
Yep. That's brutal.
Was it 2?
Yep. Okay. Increase fatigue. Oop. Did the wrong thing. Me Johnson. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm at a 6, so I think that's only...
Oh, yeah, you could do 7, 8.
Yep, 7, 8 gets him in there. Probably an unwise attack, but... Initiative. Mine again.
You have 1 unit left.
Yeah, we'll take E. Johnson. 2, 3. Here's Yule. He can go 3 hexes. Here's his extend march. And he's okay.
Yeah.
So he's going to go, you will go with him. He'll go 1, 2, leaving the Zoc.
Mm-hmm.
And might as well go up here for 3.
Indeed. Okay.
Initiative. Yours. So you've got 9. Yeah, this game's over.
So yeah, +7 in my favor, plus the 12. So for our friends out there, Holger, we'll play this out. I will play, since you're done. It's an automatic pass. I will play.
I've got one fatigue left. E. Johnson still has 1.
Oh,
fatigue.
he does. Look at that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that could be ugly. All right. So moving on. My initiative then. Well, then I have to do this. Let's see if we can make this work. I'm gonna have Wilson activate Chapman and McIntosh. Here's their movement of +1. +1? Oh, come on, guys. Come on! You're killing me. So they go for 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wow. Right, initiative. Mine. Those 2 again. Movement. That's better. So it is officially an 8. They can go into there, and 1, and 7 into there. Initiative. Yours.
Okay. So you did put somebody in there.
Lo, he did.
Well, I can't put things through.
Yeah, there's a big sigh of relief when you decide to go with entrenchment over flanks refused.
Well, it's kind of 6 of one, half a dozen of another, really. Do I take away your ratio and make your artillery, or do I put flanks refused up? I got 1 fatigue left. So you got 16 in Warren. You got 9 there. So that'd be a repeat if I did an assault. Attempted assault, or I could put up entrenchments. I could attempt to move. I'll pass. I'll leave that 1 fatigue. Maybe I can do something here.
Okay.
If you drive field out, maybe I could get in there. Maybe.
This is the reality of the situation. Let's do a quick VP check here. Because this does influence decisions, especially in a scenario like this, where it is possible to do more harm than good. I've got manpower, I've got 9, -2, so I've got +7 in my favor. I'm also holding Spotsylvania Courthouse for another 12, so that puts me at 19 points. That is 4 more than what I need. If I'm playing for gravy, then yes, I would attempt to drive field out of there, but we all know what could happen. That could be blunted, that could be stymied with massive manpower losses. So here's what I'm going to ask you, the wonderful audience out there, because I know some people have opinions on this, but I believe it is in my best interest, of course, with the victory, to pass. That is what I'm going to do. So I will pass officially, and we will end the game, end the turn, and end the game with Union 19 points. But down there in the comments section, I would like a healthy, vigorous debate about why you would play it out. Why would I bring Sedgwick down here or Warren attacking field now that I've got the flank? What would you do? Would you play it all the way to try to fatigue out everything on the Union side to get more points? What would you do? I think specifically in this case here, if he's crying uncle, so I don't see the need to go for more points. I've got the victory. Is that what you see?
Yeah, I mean, if this was if we were doing some sort of competition where if you needed to get up to a marginal, I would maybe try to push, see if I could get a Sedgwick to come down. Maybe try to make a run to Beverly, pick up those extra 2, which gets you up to 21. Right. A substantive victory, because that's not going to cost you anything. You're not going to lose any points.
Right. I mean, the marching is going to be hard, but I may not. I won't lose anything on the march. I mean, I won't lose any points on the march, but yeah. That would be the flex, is to try to earn some points that way, to get a couple more if I needed to just boost my score a little bit. If they were keeping a tally of your final victory points for rankings purposes, yes, obviously I would do that. But as it stands, I think we spent maybe 10 minutes with our initial jibber jabber, and I'm showing 42 minutes here, so this was a 30-minute scenario back and forth, and that was raw. Roger and I had some good consideration time here on some of these initiatives. So yeah, I mean, it's 15-20 minutes when all is said and done. Not enough to break a sweat over, but a great little scenario. It's a breather in between this one and the blood and horror that will be bloody Spotsylvania coming up next. So what we're going to do here is, since we're still fairly fresh, is I'm going to stop the recording, I'm going to reset it, and we're going to switch sides, and we'll come back, and in this one, we will play them both back to back and save you a little bit of viewing time. So is that good for you, Roger?
Sounds good.
Fantastic. All right, we'll be right back. And we are back with Game 2 now. We have switched sides. I have taken the Confederates with my 6 units, and Roger has got the erstwhile 5th Corps and the 6th Corps. And I was just having a thought here, and we could talk about this later, but if it seems like the Confederates lose this one more often than not, just because of whatever, one of the things we like to do, especially with Commands and Colors and other light little games like this that are scenario based, is if you ever have that concern and they're short enough, you just play, as we are doing right now, play them back to back, and then whoever does best between 2 games is the ultimate victor. So I think whenever there's any kind of question about there's a little skew here, that's just the best way to answer that question, I think. But be that as it may, let us knock this one out here. I think this one's going to go even faster because you have an idea of what to do now, and I certainly know what I need to do. So
don't attack, I think might be it.
That would be prudent. We don't have any. I'm assuming we're not going to do leader transfers.
I've got none to make. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then you rolled the first initiative last time, so I'll do it this time. Here we go. Oh, that's not the right one, Patrick. That's the right one. Okay.
Sure,
of course. All right then. Stewart's doing a great job fielding there, so I'm going to stay there, and we're going to activate Anderson in the 1st Corps. See if we can get a march. Here's a movement +2. It's 5. All right. So we'll just take him down the road. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, that was my initiative. It's now your free initiative.
Okay. Well, should I do what you did, or should we try something different? Just to show people another.
Well, let's just keep in mind that if you do what I did, that was an excellent move, I will say. But that's only because I rolled a 6. That's it. That was the only fortune I had going in that.
We'll try something. We'll do something similar but different. Warren with a T. We'll take Griffin of T1, and we will attempt an assault on Stewart. We won't attempt on the march. We'll attempt an assault.
That's a great idea. That was the other consideration. So I need to decide before it potentially fails to do a cav retreat. And you know what? I will do a cav retreat. We're gonna bug out of there. Because I want to keep those guys as long as I can. So they're going to lose their entrenchments. and we get a plus. Well, we get a plus to this roll normally, but it doesn't matter because it's an assault. So here's the roll, and that's fine. And they're just going to move back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll keep them right there.
Here's the attempt. It does not come off.
I should have stayed.
I was going to say, the way I've been rolling, I was thinking, I don't know why you're leaving. I'm not going to do anything. Initiative. That's mine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think it's time to get the entire Warren's going to get everybody going, I think, is the thing to do. Try to grab as many hexes as I can here. Here's their movement. And go 3 hexes. Just fantastic. Warren will stay with Griffin. Here's his extend march +1. He'll flip. So Warren's going to stay with him. So that's 1, 2, 3 to there. Robinson, no extend march needed. He'll go 1, 2, 3 to there. Cutler will go 1, 2, 3. And Crawford will go behind. So, and initiative. Yours.
Seem like a spoiling attack might be the way to go here. That's one possibility. The other possibility is to move Stewart into here and just make you fight outright for it. Yes, let's do... I don't think there's a particular rush at the moment, so we'll fill the space here first. I'll have Stewart activate both units. Here's their movement +3. Wow!
Wow.
They want
Go wherever you want.
All right, let's see if that excitement causes their extended march here. He will stay. Well, they're all going together, but we'll have Lomax go first. Extended march. He flips. Boo!
Wow.
See, breakneck speed. That's not right. So loses 1. All right, and then Wickham extended march. He's okay. So they all go there. They're now 2.5. That's not good. Alright, initiative. Mine again. They will all dig in to 3 and get an Abattis. And then initiative. Mine again. Now we'll try... Anderson will attempt an assault with Kershaw. Let's see if it goes off. It does. Okay, so we got +1 for assault, +1 for tactical, so -1 for ratio, and I've got artillery covered at 4 to 2. So I see a +1. Is that what you see? Oh, and potential flanks here. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 covered, and 1 is going to come off. So +1 final flank.
Yeah.
Well, then that means +2 is my final. So here's +2 spoiling attack. Oh! Hey, but it spoils. That's exactly what we wanted. Driving him out would have been great, but that's okay.
On a 10, on me is just a D.
And I'm an 8 at D, so I give you... it costs me 3 points, but it shuts him down.
Cruise fatigue. And that's it. He just kicks the fatigue because he's already disorganized.
Yep. And so I finish him out. Boom, boom. He loses the manpower. Boom, and flips. Okay. Initiative. It's mine. Alright, now let's get Yule and his corps moving. Here's their movement +2. Hey,
wow.
They want to move too. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Initiative. mine again. All right, let's get them moving again. Yield a 2. Here's movement +2, 4.
Yeah, making those roads impassable, they're kind of.
Oh yeah. All right.
This X in particular kind of reduces your.
Mm-hmm. Do I go all the way around or do I just try to cut through? I am going to take the opportunity to force march now. So as you do, I do MP is 4. They will, let's see, we'll start with roads. Here it's his force march. So he gets an extra 2. And he loses a manpower. So he flips, loses a manpower, and now has 6 total. So he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. E. Johnson will not force march. He'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Initiative. Mine again. We'll take both of them, Rhodes and E. Johnson, to 3. Here's their movement +2, 6. Close. Okay. So Yule and Rhodes go first. Extended march. They're okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. E. Johnson. Extended march. He's okay. He will do a force march now. So flip him. Here's his force march. So he gets an extra 2. So he's 7 total. And he loses a manpower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 to there. Initiative. Mm-hmm. All right.
Typical Union Army.
What? Where? Who? What? Me worry?
Let's make sure we have our coffee.
Yeah. We gotta keep those supply lines open for the coffee. All right. Well, Yule will activate roads to 4. Here's the movement. It's fine. Here's extended march +1. It's okay. And they will occupy Spotsylvania Courthouse. Initiative. Mine. I will pass.
So you have Spotsylvania now with 4. You have 11 in there now. Dang it. Okay, Wilson will activate Chapman and McIntosh. 6 + 2 for 8.
I think it's 1 for the divisionals.
Oh, 1 for, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. 7. So Wilson will transfer to McIntosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chapman will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Initiative. Mine. Not enough to cover. Chapman will go to fatigue 2. And here's his movement. He's just going to join Wilson. Initiative. Yours.
I'll have Anderson activate field. Here's a movement. 2. He will transfer to field. And they will go Zoc to Zoc. And flip. Initiative. It's mine again. I'll pass.
I took Sedgwick's 6 quarter fatigue 1.
Okay.
And there was me contemplating what you were up to there. Then I complained about the road network.
Yes. That's good stuff.
Sedgwick's going to stay with right. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there. You'd have 1 remaining, so that would be a hasty attack I'm not going to make that attack. I'll bring Neil down 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to Todd's Tavern. I'm going to force march Ricketts. He's going to flip to disorganized.
He is a little rickety. Sorry.
Here's his, that's terrible. Here's his force march roll. It's a 4, so he's going to lose a manpower. And he can go 3 more hexes, so he can go a total of 9 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to there. Initiative, yours.
Well, the gang is all here now. So let's see if Yule can activate E. Johnson. I know he can activate him. Let's activate E. Johnson to 4. Here's the movement +2. 6. 2, 5. He will transfer down there. Here's an extended march of +1. He's good. And they'll go 1, 2, 5. They have 1 movement left. What would Chapman and McIntosh like to do?
1 movement left, eh?
Yes.
6 to 4. Hasty attack. Don't have a flank. They will stand.
Yeah, we'll make the attack. So it's going to be minus. Well, we'll do our positives first. So we get +2 for tactical. Do I have? I have artillery covered with 3 to 1. And then it's a -1 for hasty. Because that's what Yule would do. So I see a +1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's a +1 attack. It's a 4. That becomes a 5. And we flush him.
So is that a +3?
+3.
On 4
So I get
to DR.
Okay.
So they're done for the day.
So, and yeah, no manpower either way. He's just done. But more importantly, he gets to advance.
Yeah, you get that hex. All right, I should have dug them in, I guess. And so they have retreat only 2 hexes. So they'll just go 1, 2. I guess it doesn't matter. 3 to there. Doesn't matter because you're just going to go into Beverly now.
Okay. And we will take Beverly. Initiative. Mine.
Dang it.
I don't have a lot of fuel left in the tank, so I just have to see what you're going to do. So I will pass.
So you're down to field?
Field and the 2 units under. Let's see. You know what?
Oh.
Yeah. Let me see. I could take Lomax to 4, but boy howdy, that way lies death. So I think we'll stand and pass.
Okay. Well, sir, I wanted to get Ricketts in there. Got there first with the mostest, as they say. But he's done. Let's do this. We'll take Cutler to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. He can go 5 hexes. Here's his extend march. He flips. Of course he does. He's going to move into Landrum. Gets me to 10 plus 3, 13.
13.
And here's initiative. Mine again. I think the thing to do now is for Sedgwick to activate right, fatigue 3. He's going to attempt an assault on Anderson. It does not come off. 2 attempted assaults that haven't come off. Initiative, yours.
Thinking out loud, there's no way I can capture anything back. I can prevent Sedgwick from trying again, but that's also not great. So the weakest link here is we'll attempt to shut down Robinson here. I'm going to try an assault with field. Going to fatigue level 4 on Robinson. So here's the attempt. It does come off, right? Just barely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. Here's the 6, so
Yeah, so we got +1 assault. We got +2 tactical. And like I said, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 covered, but 2 friendlies are going to come off here and here, so that's nothing. I have 4 artillery to 2, so that's covered. My manpower, however, is -1 for a 1 to 2 ratio. So I see +2 attack.
mm-hmm.
Okay, here's +2 attack. Oh, the return of the 1 mush. Okay, well,
So what's that? My
that's a 3. Yep, 3 to 2, so +1.
+1.
So +1. I'm gonna give you a manpower, I'm sure. +1 on 5. Yes. 4 to 6. So I give you a 1D, and you're a 9,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't have to go anywhere. So I gave you the points you needed, I think, but I shut down Robinson. So take a loss. He's already there, and I'll put a manpower loss. So, well, that gets you close. That's 14 points.
Okay.
All right.
He's done for the day, all right?
He is done for the day. So initiative, it's mine, and I'm gonna pass.
Yeah, he's down to Lomax and Wickham. Take Crawford to fatigue 3. Here's his movement. He can go 3 hexes. Here's his extend march. He's okay. He's going to go Zoc to Zoc, so he's going to have to flip and go to there.
Open that doorway.
Initiative, yours.
Pass.
Okay, we'll take Crawford to fatigue 4. Here's his movement. Here's his extend march. He's okay. Now I believe I can go to here and lose a manpower.
You can. And by that, take the game. Because there's nothing I can do about that. But look pretty. I do look pretty. So we'll give you that. And there you
Do an
go.
initiative roll. Mine.
So 18 points in your favor.
I guess we'll play this out. I'll take Neil to fatigue 3. Here's this movement. Extend march. It's enough to get to here. Initiative. Mine. And Sedgwick will make an assault attempt on Anderson. Here's the attempt. It's a 3. It comes off. So we'll have 23 to 5. So that's
4 to 1.
4 to 1. So +3 on the ratio. Tactical type's going to be a +1. I do have all 6 hexes covered, but 1 hex will come off, so it'll be a final flank of a +3. And -1 for tactical. So it's 3, 4, 7, final of a +6.
That's pretty.
Oh, do I have artillery covered? I have
yeah, I've got
6 to 4. Yeah, I've got artillery's covered. So
Yep.
the final's +6.
Wow, that was a great attack.
So kind of rubbing it in, maybe 9.
So 9, and I'm +4, so that's a route on 5, which is going to be a 1DR. So I'm going to take that off the top and give you a victory point for that. That's a really good attack. And then, of course, all the noise begins. Now I have retreat losses, so we're going to go here, farther away, but not by road, so that's going to incur another manpower loss. So take that down, give you another victory point, or manpower anyway. And then he can just follow roads on out. 2, 3, and 4.
And I lost to manpower as well.
Oh, you did. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, you were at 20. Okay. All right.
I'll roll for initiative just to close it out. It's yours.
I will pass.
I will pass as well.
Thus, our final score for this one, Roger has captured 12 points in victory locations, and he's got, let's see, it's 4, so 12 to 2, so plus 10. So a 22 is the final score. That is Union substantive or decisive, I'm guessing.
I think it's just a substitute. Yeah,
Okay,
not
but
substitute.
better than what I did. That is still much better. And
Only because you decided not to push Sedgwick. I
but
think
that's okay.
if you'd have pushed Sedgwick, you'd have gotten to 21 easily.
But that's exactly the point here. Is we talked about this last game with our different with our play styles. Is it we play according to the necessity. If it's just you and I friendly, and we figured out, oh, okay, you got the win. There's nothing I can do about it. That's cool. If we were playing for true tournament play, or if victory points really mattered for our ranking and position, absolutely. What Roger did here was perfect. He utilized the the backhand blow of Sedgwick. Once I was completely done, I had nothing else I could do, save for the two cavalry. He went in there, set things up, took his time, methodically, got Crawford around. That was great. I was like, oh, I should have attacked Crawford. But Robinson did the same thing. I knew not covering this was a risk. I was thinking about perhaps getting in here to drive
Yeah,
somebody out of Alsop just so I could block the road, because I figured you were still really focused on Spotsylvania Courthouse. But what you did was even better. I did not see that necessarily. So good show.
I was definitely looking at Spotsylvania until then you got Rhodes up there, and then when you did that, my plan was to get Ricketts here, then was to build up a force here to attack, force where Cutler is, and with Cutler and Robinson and attack down, and then you took that away, and it was like, ah,
Adopt, adapt, and overcome is the rule of
yeah.
this game. So good, sir. Well done. Then we will close it out here with some final comments. There's not a lot to say about this one. I mean, is there anything else that you can think of that you'd like to add about this particular scenario?
No, I think if someone buys this as their first Great Campaigns game, this is probably the scenario of the ones we've done so far to start with, because it gets you into movement and demoralization, and you do have to have definitely some combat. But I think the Confederates have a tough row to hoe here.
Well, even I had all the advantages. I got a couple of really nice movement rolls. I got the perfect streak that I needed to get Ewell down there in time. I did a force march. I had two opportunities for force march. I think that for both sides, because it's truly a foot race, you get that opportunity to go, is this the time? My window is finite, because if I go to fatigue level 3, there's a good chance that I may not get that. So you have to critically evaluate that moment, whether or not to make that force march. And if you get a 1, 2, or 3, well, that's not very helpful, is it?
No,
I share your sentiments. Somebody just asked me the other day about, is Grant Takes Command with this new one a good starting point? And I said, well, first of all, if your interest lies in the Wilderness campaign, which it did, that person said he was very interested in that. I said the first scenario from this puts you right into the Battle of the Wilderness. So if that is intriguing to you, it's a pretty straightforward scenario. It's a slugfest, as you've seen. Go back and watch that. This one is perfect for if this is your novice experience. I can understand why they put it into this chronologically, but this is a great starting scenario for anybody, because you're just pushing some pieces around for about 20 minutes
yeah,
with some rich decision making. I mean, you have to adapt and overcome, and that's exactly what Roger did here, and he benefited from that in that second game. This is good. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, it's a nice little scenario. It's fun.
Yep. Well, then we will move on. Now we take the big 5-turn bloody Spotsylvania, and I have a feeling, without a doubt, that's going to be multiple sessions for us. So, like we did with the crossing the Rapidan, I'm sure we're going to have to break that into at least 2 or 3 parts, because there's many moving parts to that. But we're in the current real estate. This is the scope of it right here, right around Spotsylvania Courthouse. Do come on back if this is your first video. Thank you for joining us. I'm showing you right now that we ask you each and every week to click the like button. That's the little thumbs up there on YouTube. And if you can click that notification bell, that tells you when I'm dropping these. Do that, and you will always see these, hopefully once a week, in your YouTube feed. But more than anything, we love interacting with you. We've got some very frequent posters and commenters. That comment section down there is for your benefit. So if you would have done something different in this one, let us know. I really want to read it, and we will interact with you that way. And I'm showing you our current monetary supporters. Thank you very much for those of you who do kick in. We do not expect it, but so glad that you do. And the generosity is often overwhelming, so we really appreciate it. Roger, get better, sir. I hope it goes easily this week for you.
I hope so too. Thank you for that.
You're
And
welcome.
great gaming today. Really, really fun.
And we will see you next week, same time. Have a good one.
Yep, bye bye.